what's up? This is Coach Stokes, Stokes House Boxing Academy. You got to stay ready so you ain't worry about getting ready.
Yo, what's good, everybody? This is Coach Stokes, Stokes House Boxing Academy, and this is Coach Stokes' Champions Creed. Today we have a very special guest. This woman, basically, pretty much, she's raised me and thousands of other young men, and throughout this upstate New York, Rochester, New York. Man, what do you give the person that has everything? Well, she's been in boxing for over, I don't even know how many years. We're gonna get into it. She's worked with some of the top-notch boxers in the world that you guys probably seen. Keyshawn Davis, Errol Spence, Clarissa Shields. Just to name a few. But I'm just gonna let you guys know it's no other than Miss Peak. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great, babe, and it's always good to hear from you and see you.
You hear that?
Oh wow!
Hey, let's for those people who been living underneath a rock and don't know anything about you, which they should. How did you start in the game of boxing?
Well, I got introduced to boxing by my father. And it wasn't that my father was a boxer. He wasn't. He loved the sport. He loved watching the sport. And when he couldn't get my brothers to sit down and watch the fights with him, he came to a sure thing. He knew if he came to his little girl and said, "Would you like to watch the fights with Daddy?" My comment's going to be what it always was. "Yeah, let's do this." Whatever you want, Dad, let's make it happen. And so I did. I sat down and started watching the fights with him. That was my first introduction. And as I watched them, they reminded me of the gladiators that I used to watch on television when they had like a lot of the mythical Greek gladiator movies on. And so
Yes.
I was able to make that connection between the gladiators and the fighters that I was watching. Both are very sculptured. Both are very powerful. Both had a real, desire to be a winner, to fight. They didn't give up. They fought to the very end. For some reason, I was really attracted to that. I said, "Whoa, I like that." Yeah, that was something I could relate to. So from that point on, I was asking him, "Hey, when the fight's coming on? When we watching the fights?" Never had to worry about brothers.
So the bug bit you early. Do you remember what age you were?
I was between 8 and 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It bit me
Wow.
early.
So let me ask you this. Having a mother and you have sisters as well?
Yes.
Okay, so how was that? How did your mom take that as far as, you wanting to be a part of that and watch that and stuff like that? Did she try to stop you, or is she just like, hey, that's what she does, that's what she likes?
Nah, she tried to stop me. She didn't like that. She wanted me in the kitchen, cooking, picking up her recipes and doing all that stuff. I was like, "Nah, that's not quite what I want to do. I'd rather go watch the fights, Mom." Well, that caused a little conflict between my mom and my dad, because my mom felt that he shouldn't be encouraging me to do something like that. Give it to the boys. He explained the boys weren't interested.
Mhm.
and I was. So
Right.
it caused a little conflict. And yeah, she tried her best to discourage me, to get me to go in for cooking and stuff like that. She would buy those at that time. They had these little kitchen things for girls. She bought me one of those kitchen things, and you could actually bake little stuff.
Yeah,
With
I
a light
remember those.
bulb inside this kitchen thing, and
Uh-huh.
she was hoping that that would make me change my mind. Well, it didn't. That kitchen thing sat there for a long time because I wasn't.
It actually probably progressed you even further to be like, nah, this is definitely something that I don't want to do.
No, I definitely, that wasn't for me. And
Yes.
what ultimately happened was, I never gravitated towards that. However, Both of my brothers are chefs. they
Wow.
they cook better than any woman you could imagine. I mean, cooking is not just for women.
No, 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 definitely not. Definitely not. It's definitely changed, since then. Like you said, with the prevalence of women on the scene, not just in boxing, but in football, baseball, everything, So it's definitely become a dominance. So how did you step into a boxing gym? What was your first experience of going into a boxing gym? How did you make that happen? How did that happen?
That wasn't until later on in life for me. Uh, that was when I got into the military.
Okay.
Uh, that I was kind of introduced to the actual mechanics, of boxing. Now, it wasn't that anybody opened their arms to me and say, "Hey, these guys, I'm going to teach you because you want to learn," or anything like that. At every turn, every step, they were always trying to discourage me. Guys especially. They were like, "That's not the place for women. You're not strong enough physically. You're not strong enough mentally. Um, you could easily get hurt. That's why, there are no doors open to you as a woman right now in order to get into that." And their thing was, it'll never happen. Because my question was, when they said no, I said, why not? They were like, well,
Right.
because. Well, because is not a good answer to me. Because what? And they
Right.
said, well, you're not strong enough. I'm like, I'm not. I can easily become stronger if that's the case. That to me wasn't a roadblock. Okay.
Right.
I can handle that. They said, well, but mentally, if you get hit, you'll break down. You won't be able to do it. I said, well, when was the last time you had a baby? He said, what? I said, well, when was the last time you had a baby? Because my understanding is having a baby is much harder than getting punched in the face. I can,
Mm.
I can, I can overcome getting punched in the face. Having that baby, child, that's a whole nother level of pain,
Yeah,
both mentally and physically.
that's right.
So we need to look at this at more realistically. And every time you hit them with something like that, they don't know what to say. They just come back to, oh, you're just not physically strong enough. And I would be like, what's going to happen to me if I get punched in the face? If you punch me in the face right now, what's going to happen to me? Am I just going to drop dead? And am I going to run away and never come back? They said, well, that could happen because getting punched in the face is just, it's difficult. I said, well, I need to see one of y'all have a baby. And if you can come through that, then I'll give it to you.
Oh well, you definitely weren't on their list to send you out a Christmas card. After that, I take
No, I didn't get any Christmas card.
it. So were you the first female to become a coach in your area during that time that you know of?
Yes, not only the first in my area, but as far as I'm aware, the first in the country. There were no women that were, well, let me take that back. If they had been coaching, they were coaching under the tutelage of a husband who was coaching.
Okay.
Or they would help in the gym with the things like making sure the boxers had water or they had their mouthpiece or things like that, but not actually coaching, teaching, directing. They weren't in any of those positions.
Okay. Okay. So I know you have a lot of knowledge, so much knowledge that you probably have forgotten more than people know.
That's,
That's a fact. But I want to ask you this: did you have any mentors coming up in the beginning? Anybody that you looked to, or that you took some things from, or some people that you heard, or anything like that, or everything was just self-taught?
No, there were a couple of folks that I kind of looked up to or had some kind of relationship with, in that they were open to helping me, genuinely helping me, not trying to set me up, but genuinely helping me learn some of the things that I needed to learn in order to maneuver some of the pitfalls. Dan Campbell,
Okay.
who was the head coach in Virginia, and
Shout out to Dan Campbell. Shout out to Dan Campbell.
oh yeah, and he also
Yeah,
became one of the Olympic coaches for
that's right.
USA boxing.
Yes.
But I mean, he had many years into it, and he was instrumental in helping me get the job in Norfolk, Virginia, and so I really appreciate him and what he did, for me. And then there were a few other coaches, and I can't even remember some of the names of some of these coaches who, along the way would, give me a little pointer here or there, or
Hmm.
say, coach, watch out for this person or watch out for that, because they're not going to necessarily, give you the information that you need in order, to really be successful, because they don't believe that you belong there.
So I want to ask you this: what do you think about those coaches that feels like everything is a secret? You and I both know, Coach, there are no secrets when it comes to this game. But what do you say to someone that says that, specifically to a new up and coming coach that really is looking to get into the boxing game for the good?
Those coaches, to me, are usually the ones that they're insecure. They really don't know the game as well as they would like everybody else to believe they know the game. Okay.
Yeah.
So they'll think that let's say they'll say to you, yeah, you see how she's doing that? It's really not the way to do it. She's not, teaching her athlete right. So you may not want to follow her or listen
Gotcha.
to anything, she has to say. Those individuals are usually pretty insecure in their ability to
Hmm.
coach. They don't know exactly what they're doing. They don't want you or anybody else to know that they don't know, that they're not on the level that they tell you they're on.
Hmm.
I mean, how many coaches I've seen coaches, they come out there, they got the towel over their shoulder, they come stepping out there strutting like a peacock, and they telling everybody, yeah, my man's gonna wipe this person and all of that. And then when their person gets stopped, they got 1,800 excuses, and none of it comes back to them or their ability to coach their athlete correctly or put him on the level that he needs to be on in order to win. It's everybody else's fault. No, man, they cheated. I had this. You see what they did, how they stopped
Hmm.
the fight for, 2 minutes longer than they were supposed to. And that's what threw my boxer off. I always, I'd be like, well, that's
Right.
it. Okay.
Right. And I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said it because it's teaching we were talking the other day, teaching your athletes to be accountability. But if they don't see that in their coaches, they're not gonna have accountability at all. At all. I see a lot of coaches doing that, this went wrong, that went wrong, such and such went wrong, they didn't do this. And it's like, what did you do to better prepare your athlete? Or better yet, don't say anything, go back, make adjustments, and then come back. If you keep seeing those key things that you saw before, then you may have a gripe, or you just write it down, analog it. If you just everything like you said, they out to get me, this and that. Well, man, you better join there's a big long behind you, because you got a lot of people on that line. As I look behind myself, that have a lot of gripes. It comes with the territory, and
Right.
that's one thing you told me. You was like, you're gonna see a whole lot of things.
Yeah. And, it's instead of focusing on the area that you need to focus on to get your athlete better and
Hmm.
and and move him up the line on the higher level, You're not able to do that if you're pointing a finger at everybody else except for you, who's the coach, and maybe your athlete who's not listening or following, the teachings or the directions that you give them. When we have a fight and I sit down with my athlete, I evaluate. I'm like, tell me what you see. And if they start telling me, man, he did this, he did that, no, boy. I sat you down here to tell me what you did. Look at what you did or did not do, okay? Because if you're not able to see that or point that out, I can't move you up to the next level because you're not seeing the mistakes, you're not seeing your own faults, and I tell my athlete, I said, listen, when I sit down and look, I'm not only evaluating you, I'm evaluating me. What did I tell you? Did I see that? Did I give you the correct, or the right instructions to go out there and eliminate that particular problem? So, in the corner, it's the two of us. Okay. So I
Yeah.
evaluate me, I evaluate you. I expect you to evaluate you and be able to see, the things that you did right. I said, don't come here telling me, oh yeah, see how I hit him, coach, see how I knocked him. No, tell me the fact that you got hit in the face 4 times because you didn't move off the line.
Right.
You stayed right on the line. You didn't move your head. Yeah, you're gonna get hit. Okay, so what do we do about that? And then we go from there.
Well, I want to dig deep, being that you're talking about when it comes to boxing, because I know there are a lot of aspiring up and coming coaches. One thing you always told me was, you ever get to the point where you feel like, can't nobody tell you anything no more, then maybe you should go into a different line of work, because in boxing, you never stop learning. Never stop learning. Remember that, coach, you never stop learning.
Right.
I don't care how old you are, you can learn from somebody else on their first day or, a vet. So I want to ask you this. What are the characteristics you believe that separates a champion and a talented athlete?
A champion and a talented athlete?
Yes. What are the characteristics that separate those two?
Okay, a champion, that's going to be the kid that he's in the gym every day, okay? Or he's trying to be in the gym every day. I might not let him be there every day, 7 days a week, but that's where he wants to be, okay? He's going to ask or want to know my view. Coach, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Okay. Then he's going to go to the gym and he's going to work on those. I don't have to tell him. I don't have to say, how come you're not working on X, Y, and Z? He's working on it already. Okay. He's training. He's going to come back to me and like, coach, how did that look? Did I get that right? Was I using my lateral movement? Was I able to, to pick up on the fact that every time he throws his jab, he drops it 1 centimeter, and I should be coming over the top, getting in there, scoring, and then using my footwork to move out of the way. That's the kind of conversation we're gonna be having. That's a champion. Okay, no question about it. They want to be a champion. When I get to the gym, they're at the door waiting on me. They might be looking at their watch, say, coach, you're a little late, but I'm glad you're here anyway. Okay, let's go to work.
They ain't gonna say that to you though. Nah, don't let man. Y'all don't let her fool y'all, man. For real, she was no joke. For real, no joke. Nah, that ain't happening. But you were saying, I'm sorry, you were saying the difference with that talented athlete.
Right. Now, a talented athlete, okay, so I described the champion, his mentality, how he thinks, how he wants to train, how he's going to, be there. He's the kid, too. He'll come to the gym. He's sick. He ain't feeling well, but he at the gym. Okay. And I'm like, boy, you're sick. You need to be home. I'm okay, coach. I can make it through this. Okay. A champion is going to put me in the position to say, no, you going home if I got to take you home because you're sick. I love the fact that you want to be here, but you can't be here today. Okay.
Right.
That's a champion.
Yep.
Now, the other guy, 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna be there. They gonna call you and say, Coach, I'm not feeling well today, so I stay home. Or if that's not the excuse, they're not there every day. They're not gonna be pushing as hard as they can, because they'll give you, let's say, maybe 3/4 of what they have, because they might, be feeling a little sore, a little tired. So they're not going over the top.
Gotcha.
They're going to give you just that little bit.
Just enough.
Just enough. Okay.
Yeah.
And because they're not willing to push over the top, they aren't really able to, not only show themselves just how much they have, just how deep they can go. But what happens is, in the fight, when they need to be able to push through, the hurt, the pain, and the soreness, and to go over the top and accomplish the goal, they're not able to do that, because that's not something that they've experienced or they've tried to do. They do just enough. Okay, I'm kind of talented. I can, I can get away with beating this person, that person. But what they forget is that they still haven't run into the big dog yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when they hit that big dog, it's a whole different story. And that's when you start getting all the excuses as to why they didn't win. You're like, yo, you were lucky. You were able to get these folks that weren't really what I call dogs, true dogs. Okay.
Yeah.
They're not quitting. They're not backing up. They're not giving up. Okay. They going out on their shield. And that's one of the things I used to talk to the boxers about. Like, if you're in there, I expect you to go out on your shield. Okay. You've got to be willing to lay it down, And
actually, can you share a pivotal moment in your boxing career, your coaching career as a boxing coach, that has helped shape your approach when it comes to training champions?
That's a good question, but gosh.
I know you got a lot of stories, but just give me one. It doesn't matter.
A pivotal moment that shaped my coaching career?
Yeah, when it comes to training champions.
I had a fighter who he was winning the fight. And he was winning the fight, but at the same time, I said he was losing the fight. And what I mean by that is, yes, on the scorecards and everything, he was winning the fight. But in advancing himself, to be that champion we talked about earlier, what you have to do in the commitment, he wasn't listening to me as a coach in the corner. I'd tell him certain things and he wasn't doing it. It was like, you're just there because I need a coach or somebody to be in the corner, but I'm not valuing really what you're saying or trying to do those things that you said. Because when I say, I want you to do this, that's what I mean. I want you to do that. If I say, I want you to double, I want you to triple your jab, okay? And then I want you to pivot out and come back with a right hand hook, I expect you to try that. And I don't believe that I should have to plead with you or ask you 2 or 3 times. So the young man wasn't listening to me, but he was winning the fight. So second round, I said to him, listen, you're not listening to me, son. This could be over by now. This is what I need you to do. Please do these things that I need you to do. I got you. I said, no, listen to me, what I'm telling you. There are consequences if you do not do them. Right. You understand me? Yeah, I got you, coach. He didn't do
what happened.
Round. So the third round, by the time we got to the third round, and he still wasn't doing what I asked him to do, I threw the towel in on him.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
no, you didn't.
I threw the towel in. Threw it in. Yeah, I like to throw the towel high so that it floats down and everybody can see it. So when I did that, you heard a gasp because everybody could see that he was winning. So when the referee comes over to me, he picked the towel up. He said, "Coach, you you do realize he was winning?" I said, "Oh yeah, I realized he was winning.
Taşıyın monsieur.
He was
Pour
winning for
measurer
y'all, but he wasn't
aspirate.
winning for me." Okay, so
Yeah.
I threw the towel in. Kid comes running up. Why you did that? I said, "Shut up and sit down on that stool.
Sonra Eva.
I told you I don't plead with you. I'm not going to ask y'all 2 or 3 times. I told you what I needed you to do."
That's right.
Okay. And just because you were beaten up on this person doesn't mean that you were winning. Part of winning is listening, following the instructions of your coach. And if you can't do that, as far as I'm concerned, you didn't win. Boy, that place, you could have heard, maybe you could have heard a pin drop when I threw that towel in, because everybody could tell that he was winning. They thought I was.
And it probably hovered like a parachute. Probably
Yes,
just came down just like that. Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
it did.
What
So
was
that
that? No,
that
go
was
ahead. Go
a
ahead.
moment, because I made a decision to do something that I knew people wouldn't understand, or it wasn't going to be popular, everything. But in my mind, I understood this kid had to learn, and that's one fight. That was just one fight. If you're gonna move up the line and become a champion, where you're really fighting against, talented individuals, key individuals, you have got to be able to trust your coach, listen, follow the directions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because even if he tried and it didn't work, I wouldn't have thrown the towel in on him. But he didn't try, baby.
He
And
did.
so therefore, the only other way to teach him was to take that moment away from him, and then we could talk about it afterwards and understand. So when he stopped crying after that, I was able to talk to him.
Did he come back? Did he come back to the gym?
Oh yeah, because
Okay.
they know me. They know me. I mean, it got to the point where some of the other boxers would try to sit close to me so that they could try to grab me or talk to me to keep me from throwing the towel in on somebody because they weren't listening.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh yeah. You had like 4 or 5 towels on you.
Yeah, and I have them hanging from my belt, and they knew I was quick draw McGraw. If I reached down there by my belt, it was a wrap.
Yeah. But how do you maintain trust and rapport when it comes to challenges and setbacks when it comes to your athletes?
When you say challenges and setbacks, you mean
It could like I don't like using the word loss, but life lessons learned. Of course, those be the best ones, because I don't think you win from wins. A kid can go 20-0. Yeah, you may win, you may learn something, but you're gonna more than likely you're gonna feel like, you know what? Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm 20-0, so I can't be beat. But when you take those life lessons learned, those life lessons, I should say, you are a lot better. You come away a lot better. You come prepared a lot. You become more prepared. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I want to know, those setbacks, that we as coaches learn to love, where it's like, okay, they needed that.
Yeah. Yeah, because if a kid has 15 fights and he wins 15 fights, people want to say, "Oh man, you got a national champion there. You got somebody that's great, man. How are you able to teach him anything else?" I'm like, "Yo, you're not obviously looking at him. You're not obviously really seeing, the fact that, there's a whole lot that he hasn't learned. There's a whole lot that he's not able to do yet."
Mm-hmm.
And we have a long way to go in order to get there. So I'm not impressed. And if you win your first 15 fights, there's a whole lot of reasons you could have won those 15 fights other than just on the skills. It's not necessarily about the skills. There are other elements that are in play that may have helped you to win the fight, but it wasn't strictly on skills. Okay. The fact that you could have been in better condition better shape than the other individual, because I'm a defensive coach and conditioning is one of my key things. Okay. I believe in having you be out there and, you're in shape to go 15, 20 rounds. I don't expect you to get tired until maybe 18. I'll give you 18. Then you can start to get tired. Other than that, I have trust and faith in my conditioning. And when I condition an athlete, they're in shape. They're not going to get tired in the first few rounds or the first 5 rounds, or something like that. No, so, it's not the fact that, you were able to do all that because your skill level was where it needs to be. No, there are other factors. I'm working towards getting your skill level there, but it may not be there yet.
Yeah.
I remember trips that we would take. We go to Canada, you would have like team movie nights at your house, we go to the movies. Mom, how would you balance the two between having a structured environment and an environment that was fostering support when it came to us when we were coming up? Because it's very important, because you have a lot of kids that don't have that or will never ever be a part of that situation.
One of the things people have asked me, why did I think my program was so successful? And I said, well, because I modeled it after something that, if it's done right, can do nothing but produce, champions and individuals who no matter what they decide to do in life are successful. I modeled it after family. Believe it or not, you guys didn't see it right away, but the program was modeled after family. So all those things that I did with you guys about, no matter what happens, you guys are going to look out for one another. You remember, there's no infighting. There's no infighting in the club. I didn't tolerate that. If you had a problem, you brought it to me. I make peace out of confusion. I will settle all of that. And you're going to have to be, a brother or a sister to one another in order to stay in the program. Okay? Because we look out for one another. We take care of one another. We push and help one another. When we would spar in the ring, I didn't let one person who might be better than another person, dominate, put that person down. No. You're there to help that person. You're not there to dog them, and I also reminded the boxers that, look, so you as a boxer may be, on a top level, you may be senior boxer and your skill level is up there. And then let's say you're boxing Dana, whose skill level is not there. I don't expect you to go in on a sparring session and just run over him or dominate him. No, you're going to help him. You're going to help him. And that doesn't mean that you don't utilize your skills, but you're not going to utilize your skills to the level where you break him as an individual. No, you're going to utilize your skills to lift him up. Okay. So that's why I could put heavyweights with my lightweights and in between. Mm-hmm. And people say, you're not afraid that so-and-so going to hurt them? No, because they know if they hurt them, they got to then deal with me. I said, no, it doesn't work that way. They're there to help one another. Okay. And, so we had that family and we created that bonding. And it was through that, that each of you guys as a boxer became stronger and better.
That's what that is.
Right. It did. It definitely helped me. I got to a point where I had family, and you had some kids that didn't have family, but I had family, and it opened up even more family for me to even call, kids that, I may never even speak to, or I may never even have met or spoken to, You know, some kids I took as little brother, other kids was my age, or other kids may have been a little older. You know, there was a different, hierarchy amongst the ranks, man. But it was something that I tell anybody, man, boxing saved my life. Without a doubt, it saved me a life. Boxing helped me with a lot of things, throughout my lifestyle. For example, going to the Marine Corps, a lot of people were like, Marines are hard. Marines was challenging, but it wasn't that hard though, because boxing prepared me. You prepared me to go to that level, so it wasn't hard for me. It was not hard. So it's definitely helped me prepare myself to be a husband, to be a father. All these different things, that I do every day on a regular basis. Boxing has really helped me. So I just want to,
And
give a shout
I want to
to
commend
you.
you on it because you do it so well, Steve. I'm so proud of
When
the
work
husband
didn't
you are,
work.
and also of the father you are to your kids, and how well they've come out because of you, and of course, Lanisha too. I don't want to
Oh
leave her
yeah.
out.
No. She can't take care about a good 99% of it. So I'm only at 1%.
No,
No,
but
I have a great wife. I have a great wife.
you,
You know
you know,
that. She's on point. I want to ask you this: do you have any rituals that you do, um, that you implement to help groom your fighters when it comes to the gym? Like maybe you got a chicken hanging over the over the doorway or something like that, or you got some hard boiled eggs that you keep in the sock or anything like that. Any anything you want to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag for the fans? Because you got a lot of coaches that want to be successful like you, but they don't understand the hard work, and that's why I threw that out there, because it's fighters have rituals, coaches may have rituals, but it takes hard work at the end of the day. Because a lot of people may see you, and you went through a lot of adversity, man. You fought through a lot just to get where you're at.
Yeah, it's more difficult than people could even imagine, but I was determined, and it was my love for you guys, truly, you know, when some of the male coaches ask me, you know, what is it? Why are your boxers so fiercely dedicated to you? And so, you know, I mean, I've been coaching, and my boxers, they're okay, but they're not dedicated to me like the way your boxers are. I said, no. I said, very rarely will you find the type of dedication that my boxers have for me. And I said, let me give you an example of that dedication. I said, I could tell my boxers to jump rope, and to jump rope until I get back because I have to leave for a minute. And they said they're gonna stop. I said, no, they won't. No, they won't. They will jump
Yeah.
rope until I get back. He said, I don't believe it because I've got boxers, and if I tell them to jump rope and I'll be back, first thing they want to do is question me, why you gotta leave? What you mean? We gotta jump rope until you get back. How long you gonna be gone? He said, don't your boxers and them ask you that? I said, no, they don't ask me anything. They start jumping rope. I said, and when I come back, they're still jumping rope.
Right.
He said, how do you know? I said, because I've put it to the test. I've gone out the door and be able to look through the window, and they still jumping rope. And if one of the little knuckleheads try to stop jumping rope, one of the other ones gonna say, boy, if you don't get your butt moving and stuff like that, because if Coach
That's right.
walked through this door and you not jumping rope, we all in trouble. And they say we will beat you to death afterwards when she's not looking. If you cause us to
That's right.
jams
That's
up
right.
you.
Yeah, for real, for real. We rather play in house. Before it even got to you, we would rather go ahead and make sure that when the higher ups took care of that, because if it got to you, we knew it was gonna be bad. We knew it was gonna be bad, and then you're gonna say like, well, why did this even get to me? Especially if it's something stupid where it could have been taken care of at the lower level ranks.
Yeah.
You know, that's okay. How do you handle pressure of expectations, when it comes from your athletes or when it comes from the boxing community?
Pressures in what way?
expectations of expectations. So you have a for example, you have a club, and you guys are traveling, potentially, hopefully, each level going from the local level to, states to regional to nationally. How do you handle those pressures from people where it's like, man, yeah, I've been in it for a year, I've been seeing such and such, man. When you gonna bring home a championship? Or, well, how you gonna make this happen? Coach Pete, how do you handle those stresses? Or they may not be a stress to you, how do you handle those expectations?
Well, there always is some stress, because, but not so much because, I want the win, or, I want that individual to, move to the nationals or whatever, for me, it the stress for me is that I want it, for them. I I also can see more than the athlete can see in themselves. Okay.
Yeah.
I can look and I know what you're capable of, you know, how far you can go. And I don't know what it is that causes me to be able to see some of that, but I can a lot of times see things in an athlete that they're not able to see. And so the stress for me becomes being able to get them to see, kind of what I see. Like I'll give you an example. Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis, and his brothers, especially Keyshawn, was into football, and that's where he thought his glory lied, and he was going to be great, and he was going to do this and that, and and so I would go to some of his games, and I watched them and stuff like that. And I'd talk to his mom, and I was like, I know he loves his football and stuff. And I said, just like with any of my other kids, I'll go to his games. I'll support him in football while he's also trying to do the boxing, because if you came to me and you wanted to do more than one sport, I told you fine, as long as you don't slight my sport for the sport that, you say you love and, you think you have a future in. I'm like, yo,
Right.
Fine. I'm not going to keep you from doing something that for whatever reason, you think you have a future. But I saw his talent and ability lied in boxing, and what he was going to be able to do. He didn't necessarily see it that way for a while. His mom didn't see it that way for a while. So I would go to the games and watch him lose and watch him lose and watch him lose.
Hey.
Like, I was like, okay, sooner or later, man's gonna get tired of losing.
Right.
And I was like, look, that is a team sport. There's not a whole lot you can control. Okay. Right. I said, in boxing, we talk in individual. And he said, yeah, but you always talking to us about team. I said, we are a team. We are a team. We are a family. We come together for the training and stuff. But when you step in that ring, it's just you and that man across from you. Okay. You don't have, 5 other, players behind you, or 8 or whatever. You don't have all them folks you can depend on.
That's right.
It's just you and the person in front of you. So you have to have skills and abilities that will make you rise above that and be able to, to win. Okay. And you can. I said, but when you're talking about playing football and you got all these other people, if they're not on point or on the same level that you're on, you're not gonna, you're not necessarily gonna get a win.
Right.
And that's what you're looking for. You want to win.
Yeah.
If you want to win, you need to put it in your hands. You need to have a sport that you can control whether or not you really truly win or lose.
That's right.
So, eventually, they came around, and the rest is history.
Yeah. I'm glad he chose.
I told him the truth.
I'm glad he chose what he's doing. Even all 3 of the brothers, so all 3 of the brothers are doing well. Who What do you have going on right now, Coach? Are you training anybody? Are you training anywhere? You may have people that may want to get in contact with you so they can, do it on the fitness side or even the competitive side.
Right. You can do, I'm still training. I'm doing, individual training, for, well, individual and not individual, because even though these guys are individual, I bring them together to train.
Yeah.
Just so, we could train individually, but then we come together and, we kind of train as a team. So there's always that family aspect to what I do.
Okay.
But I do individual sessions as well. So if they contact me, we can at least talk, and I can see whether I'm a good fit for them, or maybe direct them somewhere else where they could get a good fit. Doesn't necessarily mean I personally would be a good fit for them, but I can at least evaluate it. We can talk. We can see. Yeah. So I'm still at it. At the tender age of 72. That should be put out there too. They may not want to be coached by a 72-year-old woman.
Nah, you trust me. They'll take you. They definitely will take you. No, you don't look 72. Not at all. Not at all. Do you have any sponsors or anyone you'd like to shout out?
I don't have any sponsors. I'm hoping to work on that. That's one of my next things, is to work on getting some sponsors. I have my own brand name T-shirts that I'm selling, and I use that to help finance the guys and stuff like that, from gas to tolls to getting us to different tournaments and stuff. So I gotta, I'm hoping to push my brand a little bit harder and get it out there. And I'd like to see everybody wearing my gold standard, T-shirts, and, be a part of, Coach Peak's program, the gold standard. There's only one.
There is only one gold standard shirt, guys. I have everything at the bottom, so you can research where you need to go and get yours. What are your social media handles so that people can contact you?
My social media handle is a good question, babe. Coach Gloria Peak. What did I do? Hold on a second. Okay, so they can get me on info@coachgloriapeak.com, and that's on. That's the same thing for Facebook and Instagram.
Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, the information will be below once the podcast is concluded. That way, if you would like to reach out to Coach Gloria Peak, for any questions, if you have any concerns about anything when it comes to boxing, or even her apparel, her merch, you'll have all the information. Well, you know what? That's a wrap. Thank you for tuning in to this inspiring episode of Coach Stokes' Champions Creed. A huge thank you to the esteemed guest, Coach Gloria Peak, for sharing her wisdom and insights into the world of coaching champions. Remember, greatness isn't just achieved, it's nurtured. It's nurtured through sacrifice, dedication, and the unwavering guidance of exceptional coaches. Join us next time as we continue to explore the journey of champions. Until then, stay inspired and keep championing your way towards your dreams. Always remember what makes a champion: the foods you eat, the times you sleep, the friends you keep, the words you speak, and the knowledge you seek. I'm Coach Stokes, and we're out.
Bitch, pop that pussy before you pop my bubble. With the drink in my cup, I see double. Throw that ass in my lap, I cannot fumble. Call your friend up right now, you are in trouble. All that ass in them jeans make a great couple. Throw that shit back to my knees, start to buckle. Throw that shit back to my knees, start to buckle. Oh, you can pop that pussy, alright. Bitch, don't stop, keep going all night. Throw that ass while I drink out this bottle. Oh, you came with your man, we can squabble. Rough him up like we out playing rugby. He got me fucked up if he think he can touch me. You didn't know that these bitches be choosy. What's your name, girl? I thought it was Lucy. Throw that ass and throw me for a doozy. My gang here and we snuck in the Uzi. We keep the long clips like we're making a movie. Little bitch, fuck it up with that booty. Now fuck it up, go fuck it up. 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 Bitch, pop that pussy for you, pop my bubble. With this drink in my cup, I see double. Throw that ass in my lap, I cannot fumble. Call your friend up right now, you are in trouble. All that ass in them jeans make a great couple. Throw that shit back to my knees, start to buckle. Throw that shit back to my knees, start to buckle. Got the juice in my cup, I need a refill. Bitches twerking on the bar, they got no chill. Got $10, but I feel like 10 mil. Don't put no ice in my glass, cause I'm too chill. Try me if you wanna, turn this shit to Kill Bill. Put your number in my phone, baby, if you wanna. Can't fuck with no bitch who got no dollars. It's my line, I can't deal with no broke problems. So your pro to the world, maybe I can solve it. Got her dancing on the pole, not a club popping. What's that ass get to moving, she can't stop it. Gave me no watching, I stayed there and kept watching. Now fuck it up, go fuck it up. 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 Bitch, pop that pussy for you, pop my bubble. With this drink in my cup, I see double. Throw that ass in my lap, I cannot fumble. Call your friend up right now, you are in trouble. All that ass in them jeans make a great couple. Throw that shit back to my knees, start to buckle. Throw that shit back to my knees, start to buckle.
Was Mike going crazy?
You ain't built like me, you ain't slid through the mud. I still look clean, folks think I'm the plug. Bitches show love, cause I stay with the drugs. If you was tapped in, then you knew what it was. You ain't built like me, tell them move out the way. Heard you were lame, getting punk folks chain. See what I mean, me and you not the same. Let a nigga punk me, punk nigga getting stained. Who is dude? Move around, we don't know, bruh. He a fake, he a snake, he a cobra. Hot nigga, but I got a cold shoulder. You're in my way, little nigga, move over. Q50, big body, taking up the lane. Let me skirt, let me move, let me slide out. If you speak on my name, let me find out. Get a hiding number, pull up to your hideout. Ain't tripping off no sucker, that ain't paying me. Gotta be a bigger man, working on a bigger plan. Funny how your main bitch done turned into my biggest fan. When I'm done, bro, you can come and get her, man. Let me talk my shit while I roll my zip. I'm breaking down blue cookie in a new blue strip. Phone ringing, missed calls from a bitch I hit. Someone's daughter on my line trying to get this dick. I just missed that bitch cause I got money to get. Look, I was taught to grind, give it all that I got. I was taught to grind till I get to the top. I got that sauce, they can't mix in no pot. With the sauce that I drip, do not slip in the drop. I'm a Jordan 23 and man up in a flip-flop. I can read them like the face on my new wristwatch. You ain't built like me, you ain't slid through the mud. I still look clean, folks think I'm the plug. Bitches show love cause I stay with the drugs. If you was tapped in, then you knew what it was. You ain't built like me, tell them move out the way. Heard you were lame, getting punk folks chain. See what I mean, me and you not the same. Let a nigga punk me, punk nigga getting stained. Little nigga back, you ain't finna punk shit. Only thing getting punked is punk rock fit. Give a punk rock dick to a punk rock bitch. And the bush stay hard till I slump her shit. I'm a 90s baby, that'll never fucking change. Niggas fold up from the pressure I'm sustained. It's a bullet shower in my city every day. Gotta move quick or they'll catch you in the rain. Before you leave that house, you better have a raincoat. If it's ever seen you swim, I'm the nigga with the boat. You came in with the unit while I came in with the load. You came in with the quarter, I brought out a whole O. You came with some bitches, I left with your hoes. Now I'm in the streets doing donuts in the road. 30 pretty freaks and they all getting stoned. You would never know cause you never had a feel. No, you would never know cause you never been real. I run through a check like I run track and field. Solo independent, I ain't looking for a deal. Solo independent, I ain't looking for a deal. You ain't built like me, you ain't slid through the mud. I still look clean, folks think I'm the plug. Bitches show love cause I stay with the drugs. If you was tapped in, then you knew what it was. You ain't built like me, tell them move out the way. Heard you were lame, getting punk folks chain. See what I mean, me and you not the same. punk nigga getting staged.
Mike going crazy.
I can tell from the vibe that you like me. Gotta be a boss bitch to be the wifey. No chain on, but I'm still icy. Cool cat, saber-toothed, he ain't like me. I can tell from the vibe that you like me. Gotta be a boss bitch to be the wifey. No chain on, but I'm still icy. Cool cat, saber-toothed, he ain't like me. I'm from the 9 home flying and I'm hyphy. Have my own one shit, bitch, I might be. I'm a real boy, talk to me nicely. Talk money cause my time kinda pricey. I'm a king, need a queen right behind me. Keep a weak hoe, I like mine feisty. Book smart, street smart, I like it. I get a too mad, a bitch gon' fight me. All that aggression, little mama, that excite me. Gotta do the right thing like Spike Lee. Same time, she be chillin' like Ice-T. I hit it, then I got her hooked like an IV. Gotta be cute, body better be thick. Let her talk shit while she taking this dick. Hit her from the front while I slap that bitch. Baby, I'm a blessing, come receive this gift. I can tell from the vibe that you like me. Gotta be a boss bitch to be the wifey. No chain on, but I'm still icy. Cool cat, saber-toothed, he ain't like me. I can tell from the vibe that you like me. Gotta be a boss bitch to be the wifey. No chain on, but I'm still icy. Cool cat, saber-toothed, he ain't like me. First thing first, show me where that cash at. She be getting money riding in a fast track. Guess she on the hustle like cat stacks. Only thing in her bio is a cash app. Got her stock going up like the NASDAQ. Treat her like a blunt, had it hitting past that. Need a boss, not a hoe, you can have that. Ain't no time for the games, keep the way I'm moving. I am not like a lame, I don't do the losing. Told her baby get the snoozing, I'ma get the choosing. Told her baby I'm the judge, now accept the ruling. All my words crystal clear, diamonds with the jewelin'. I know she feeling me, she vibing with my energy. Baby, I'm a luxury, a different type of treasury. If you got your shit together, I'ma need you next to me. Baby, go and get a bag, I don't need you stressing me. I can tell from the vibe that you like me. Gotta be a boss bitch to be the wifey. No chain on, but I'm still icy. Cool cat, saber-toothed, he ain't like me. I can tell from the vibe that you like me. Gotta be a boss bitch to be the wifey. No chain on, but I'm still icy. Cool cat, saber-toothed, he ain't like me. Baby, don't I make you go crazy? You know you love me, so don't tell me that you hate me. When I hit it, baby, don't you always thank me? Come on top, ride this dick like a Yankee. Money over bitches, stack it with the family. Get the bread, then you throw it in the pantry. Don't be mad cause your main nigga ain't me. I'm the man, I'm the shit, Mr. Hanky. A dank rolling, bank holding motherfucker. These hoes knowing, if I'm with her, I'm a fucker. I don't love her, keep all them feelings undercover. I'm not your nigga and I'm not your brother. If I lose one bitch, I can go get another. Little bitch double back cause there ain't no other. Ain't a nigga like me, so fresh, so clean. Ain't a nigga like me, so fresh, so clean. I'm fresh and I'm hyphy, pulled up in a white tee. Nigga, when I pull up, I might pull up with your wifey. See her right beside me, her face hella smiley. She don't know shit, but she know that she like me. Pimpin' like I'm supposed to be, mackin' like I'm supposed to be. See me out with a bitch, no, she just a hold of me. Suck me like you supposed to be, fuck me like you supposed to be. You can't do your job, little bitch, why you close to me? Blast off, I'ma next that bitch. Now I don't even wanna text that bitch. If I was you, I wouldn't flex that bitch. Word around town, you distress that bitch. You doing shit to impress that bitch. I just bring it to the house and I stretch that bitch. You don't know about me, you gon' learn. Let me get up in your ear with these words. Baby, don't I make you go crazy? You know you love me, so don't tell me that you hate me. When I hit it, baby, don't you always thank me? Come on top, ride this dick like a Yankee. See the way I mob and I'm sliding and yoking. Switching hella lanes from the valley to Oakland. A big body whip the body like Hulk Hogan. Fucking up the block, I got all the doors open. I'm riding, I'm sliding, I'm dipping. Bitch, I'm grinding, I'm shining, I'm winning. I don't give a motherfucker about no women. I bet I got your Wednesday crush on my linen. She dancing on me and I think she like the rhythm. The bitch left with my kids on her denim. You don't know about me, you gon' learn. Let me get up in your ear with these words. Baby, don't I make you go crazy? Come on top, ride this dick like a Yankee. Don't be mad cause your main nigga ain't me.